Well, hello. My name is Nicole, and welcome to On the Fives. And we're actually doing a pre-record, but I'm excited because today, technically, when you see this, will be Christmas. So, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you, as well as Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. I know Kwanzaa starts technically the 26th, and Hanukkah begins in the evening of the 25th. So, to all of them, to everyone who is celebrating, welcome. So, again, my name is Nicole. I am part of the Red 5 Network, and I run the Red 5 Reading Book Club, which I absolutely love. I look forward to the 2025 season. Some fun things for you to know that's coming up. We're going to be reading Eruption by James Patterson and Michael Crichton. Very excited. That is coming up for January and partly of February, because right after that, we're going to be diving in deep with C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy. And I'm very excited tonight because one of my guests who's going to be on the show today will be the person who actually first went, hey, did you know, by the way, that, there's C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy? I'm just like, what? Yeah. So I'm very excited for that. And there's many more wonderful things coming up for the Red 5 reading next year. We have Chronicles of Narnia. We have got, we're going to be reading some biographies. We're going to be diving in. We're going to be reading some Star Wars and so much more. So if you are interested in joining the Red 5 reading, feel free to send me a DM. I'm Nicole, Peace, Love, Phantoms on X, but I'm also Red 5 reading on Twitter as well. Well, now X. Just DM me. We'll get you added into the Red 5 Reading Discord. We have wonderful channels. It's a safe space to just talk about the books, as well as we have like a channel set up for Sunday nights so we can talk about books and things. And then once in a while, we come right here on the Fives. On the Fives, by the way, is again in conjunction with the Red 5 Reading. That's part of the Red 5 Network, which you can find not only the Red 5 Reading Book Club, as well as the Red 5 Tavern and many other podcasts on BioLink/Red 5. And the wording, why did I pick Red 5 on the Fives? Well, on the Fives is because, again, I wanted to get to know my fellow content creators and go for the Fives and just have fun getting to know other people, bookworm, nerding out and things like that. So that's where we're at. Today is again, it's special. It's different. It is, again, Christmas Day when you're watching this. And I am joined by several guests today. And I'm so excited that they're here. I love to nerd out with my friends. And as I was saying, one of them includes the person who introduced me to what I'm going to be reading here very soon in the far future, not in that far long distant future. And that is Adam, who also, well, technically he's Red 5. And he's going to be joining us, as well as my friend Megan, who was here last time on the Fives. So I am very excited. They should be popping in here any minute, and we're going to have some fun. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to this back, Megan and Adam. Actually, I think this is your second time back, right?
It is, yes.
I know.
And by the way, I would call myself Red 5 adjacent these days.
Red 5 adjacent, but you're honorary.
Does that work? Yeah, okay.
You've created the Red 5 reading logo. Thank you.
That and you originally
You're welcome.
you originally made the Discord that brought us all together.
This is also very true. Fun memory.
I'll do that. I am guilty as charged.
Yeah, thank you for starting the watch parties, Adam.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You know what? For those who don't know what we're talking about, if you are new to this channel and have no idea what we're talking about, a few years back, actually it's been a little bit longer than a few years now, maybe about 4, almost coming up on like 4.5. Adam had created this wonderful Discord that we all started meeting on and having the Mandalorian watch parties, watch them together. And we have this really close group now of friends that we can nerd out with. And it's a safe space. And we continue to do watch parties to this day. And we have a good time. So there you go.
Yeah, we try to do them every Thursday at about like 8 Pacific time. Well, about 7 or 8.
Not 9 Central,
yeah,
10 Eastern.
But point being, we try to do them every Thursday as long as our schedules allow, and we're open to watching pretty much everything as long as everyone has access to it.
Yep. And yeah, right now we've been watching holiday movies. Sometimes we watch, what's current in Star Wars or Marvel or whatever have you. And yeah, it's a good time. We have a good time. And that's a really good memory. We've actually made a lot of really good memories.
Yeah.
On that Discord. We really
and even if we don't really pay attention to what we're supposedly watching, it's just a good time to hang out, catch up, relax.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's a really good time. It is so much fun. So yeah. So how are you guys doing? Because as you can see, it's been a little crazy on my side. Happens.
I'm doing great. How about you, Megan?
Well, as I said backstage before we started this, I felt kind of like Santa because I've been spending the day baking and eating a bit more cookies than I should, but who hasn't?
Yeah. I'm just going to come to your house because as Adam found out earlier, I just started eating brownies on the in-between today as we were preparing for this. I'm like,
I still have those brownies you showed last time? Those things would not have lasted more than 24 hours in my house.
But that's it. I found a word that I have to share with you guys because this is exactly how I feel. Ram-feazled. It's an 18th century term for wrung out, tired, and exhausted. I'm not completely fully exhausted, but I'm definitely feeling wrung out right now.
I just say I feel like I've been run over, and I started asking who got the number of the truck that hit me.
So the word of the day, ram-feazled. Everybody's gonna be like, this is a Christmas show, and you guys are talking about being wrung out, tired, and exhausted. Hello, it's Christmas season, right? Don't we all feel that way at some point? Right?
Feel like we want to face plant our bed? Yes. Let me face plant my bed and don't touch me until Christmas Day.
Gotcha. Yeah. Do you guys have any Christmas plans on the docket? What's your guys' day possibly looking like?
Apparently, I'm going to an extended family's place, so.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I was hoping to be able to just be calm, spend it at home, but whatever family wants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as a pastor, this is a bit of a busy season for me. So I have Wednesday off, and that's about it. I'm just staying home and enjoying family and my one day off. So
just tell me you're not the one in charge of making the ham or the food or anything.
We aren't having a big community dinner or anything for Christmas. We had a Christmas party last week. We watched Home Alone, and everyone brought some, finger foods and cookies and
kind of
stuff.
like a little potluck type thing.
Had a really good night.
Yeah.
Oh no, we had planned it for a while. It wasn't, but a potluck. Yeah, yeah. Very much like that, except we didn't have any full dishes or anything. We did a bigger church dinner around Thanksgiving, and
yeah, my point being is, as long as you get to relax once you're done giving your sermon at church and everything.
Yeah, that's the hope. So,
all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and do a fun round of this or that, but tonight we're going to make it all Christmas edition, so they will not always be 100% book related.
Okay.
But yeah, book related. And I'm also going to change up discussion questions tonight because I think it's also very important that we talk about community. I think it's important that we also discuss being gratitude and the importance. I mean, this is what we do. That's how we are actually on a regular basis. Our group we're very
yeah, because actually even in our Discord we have a channel called I'm Thankful For.
I know. Man, I tried in Thanksgiving season. I was really trying to get that.
Life gets away from you. Life gets busy.
That's all right.
Life was definitely hitting me left and right. And I was just like, I'm trying. And what am I really grateful for? For you guys. I'm grateful for our Discord community that goes, Nicole, you can't, like, it's okay.
That every time you fall down, we're there to lift you right back up.
Right. It's okay, you know? So, yeah. So, but yeah, so we're going to do some fun, quick 5 this or that's, and then we'll go ahead and get to some fun discussion questions. All right. I'm going to change this up a little bit because Megan was already here last week and we already did some fun Christmases or that's, but you know, 'tis the season. We're going to continue the fun anyways. All right. So let's start with a movie. Okay. Would you rather watch a Christmas classic like It's a Wonderful Life or White Christmas, or a modern Christmas comedy, let's say like Christmas with the Cranks?
Well, Christmas with the Cranks is a classic in my family because the 2 parents are pretty much my parents. It's pretty much what I experienced growing up. So, yeah, that's a classic in my family. I'd have to go with Christmas with the Cranks.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, it's Christmas classic. And definitely It's a Wonderful Life. It's my favorite of all time. And just watched it last Thursday, actually, while I was wrapping gifts. And yeah, not to say that there's not modern ones that I don't like, because I do like some. But for me, it's some of the older ones hit home a little bit better. So I'm going with classic.
Nice. All right. Now let's have a little fun with some food questions, or a question. Would you enjoy gingerbread cookies or peppermint bark?
Peppermint bark, because for me, I mean, yes, I'll eat a gingerbread cookie if it's offered, but it's not my favorite. Whereas peppermint, please and thank you.
Gingerbread for sure. I'll take gingerbread.
Well, at least you guys won't be like fighting over
I love
no. This is great. This is
because that's my favorite. Because
not until I eat all the gingerbread and I want peppermint bark after that, then we'll have to fight.
Yeah, because that one of my favorite things about this time of year is, forget peppermint bark, I go for peppermint hot chocolate. That is yum this time of year. It's my favorite.
Yes. All right. When it comes to your guys' homes, would you rather decorate the outside and have it all pizzazzed, or would you rather have the inside all decked out and lights and garland and all that?
Can't do both.
In this case, it's a this or that.
Okay. I probably have to go to the outside then. Just do the outside and maybe a few small things on the inside.
I mean, I have 3 of them like lining this window.
Megan, you and I couldn't be more opposite. I'd rather do inside. First of all, because that's what I see. Second of all, the outside's just a pain in the butt. I do it because I have to.
Well, there's also
otherwise I would
do on
deck
the
out
outside.
inside. There's what?
Yes, it's harder to put up, but there's less to do outside than decorating the entire inside of a house.
Yeah, but you have to do most of the outside with a ladder, and it's usually, well, I mean, where I live, it's usually bone cold, and
then you need to come out to California sometime. Need to move out here.
Definitely won't.
We have 80 degrees
I'm good.
Today,
I'm good.
So you'd
I'm good
enjoy
here.
being outside.
I think we're in like 20s or so. It's 15 right now. It's 15.
Glenda would like to wish everyone a happy holiday and Merry Christmas and Hanukkah.
Hi, Glenda.
For those who don't know, she is one of my 2 cats. And Miss Sorceress Glinda, she, you'll see her pop in and out. So if you watch older episodes, she's usually there. And so is an alphabet too. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, would you rather, let's have, actually, okay, I like this one. Would you rather have Rudolph as a pet or Frosty the Snowman as your neighbor?
Rudolph is a pet because Frosty would melt where I live.
Well, that would give you a quiet neighbor.
Wow.
That, and whenever the power goes off here during the summer, because they do like summer blackouts for the power grid and all that, with Rudolph's nose, I could still see at night.
Frosty's a neighbor. I don't want a deer as a pet. Sorry.
He's like, I don't want it to clean up after that animal.
We have we have a really nice like glorified petting zoo, like almost like a mini zoo, about a half an hour from where we live. Reindeer stink and they're dirty. I'll pass.
You don't think
I mean, ideally, I'd like that Frosty's neighbor, but I also don't want him to melt where I live. So being,
but I guess this would be metaphorically or imagining. He's imaginary.
He could have his own person. He could have his own personal flurry like Olaf does.
Yeah. See?
Oh, true. Didn't think of that. So can I change my answer then to Frosty?
Yeah.
Because Rudolph would be fun. There are some points to him, but yeah, Frosty would be fun if possible.
Would you rather read a Christmas book or sing Christmas carols?
Christmas carols. Because what do you think I've been listening to in my car ever since the start of the season?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We're in your case now, Frosty the Snowman.
If you dream of a white Christmas and you're out here in California, good luck. Keep dreaming, unless you go to the mountains.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I would go with Christmas carols.
Ooh.
Because that you can also do other things while listening to Christmas carols, which is also what I enjoy doing.
Like reading,
baking, putting up the decorations at the start of the season.
Yeah. How long do you guys normally keep up your guys' stuff? Do you guys keep it up for a little bit? Do you take it straight down?
Yeah. No, usually after New Year's.
Yeah,
sometimes
a week or two.
Sometimes a week or two after, up to like. I mean, it's been pretty late before, but usually about a week or two after New Year's.
How about you, Megan?
Yeah, same thing. At latest, like 2 weeks into January when I can find a free weekend.
I know. I usually keep mine up through January 5th or 6th at the minimum. Although, fun story, and I know Megan's heard about this, but I don't know if Adam has. And for anybody who's watching this on Christmas Day or even the following, one year I kept my tree up almost through, I think it's either February or March. And it worked out because I had a C.S. Lewis Chronicles of Narnia movie marathon. So my house was decked out. It looked like winter. And it happened to snow that day. It worked. It was great. It was great. It was good times. So, okay. So I'm trying to think if we got to our 5. I wasn't paying attention.
That is 5, yeah.
So that being said.
Now, before we move on, though.
Yes.
Nicole, has anyone done this to you before? Or I am going to now make you answer these questions.
Ooh.
I've been called evil before by that one.
So, Nicole.
By Megan.
Classic Christmas movie or a current comedy?
Classic, all the way. I'm a vintage girl.
Gingerbread or Peppermint Bark?
Gingerbread, because ginger is actually really good for you.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I'm going to be very healthy then. Decorating inside or outside?
Oh, totally inside. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that there. That's all Christmas. This is all Christmas. There's 3 trees here. I have Santa Claus right behind me, and above me is actually, it's filled with nutcrackers, and it's all sports related. Above me, above our desk is actually all sports related. And then on the mantle is like all stocking stuff.
So wait, if there's our sports related nutcrackers, do they stay out all year?
Okay, so I switch them out. So up here above, I have like on one side, I've got like my grandfather has a, give me a second here. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I will, Ha! This is not Scare Podcast. This is cool.
But it's a neat logo.
Okay, so like we have, so my grandfather's, we're a family of bowlers. So like we have like some bowling pins that have been decorated, that my grandma had collected. So my grandma's passed away. So little things that she liked. One side has got like White Sox. The other side has Chicago Cubs. It has the Cougars, because I love King County Cougars. And then like there's a nutcracker on each side. The thing is that those have Christmas wreaths. I have more nutcrackers that are put away that are sports related, but are not Christmas related. Pushed out. So, and when spring comes, that will actually have, I have an Irish one. I have a St. Patrick's Day one.
When it comes to that time of year, you better show that on some of your episodes.
I will. I didn't do it last year, but yeah, actually one of my favorite seasons is spring, because that turns into, by the time we get to spring, I am like, I want fresh, I want green, I want color, and I know that this is full of color. You can't see this, but this is all the multicolor. But like, it's just different. And then, fun fact, so talking about older movies, I found a picture of Maureen O'Hara and John Wayne from The Quiet Man that takes place in Ireland, and my grandparents have visited Ireland. I actually got to go to that pub and stuff. So it's of their wedding day from the movie, and so we actually put it on the mantle. Cool. We like to mess with people's minds a little bit. We do. So we mess with people a little bit on that one. Like it's just fun. It's fun, you know.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
So Rudolph as a pet or Frosty as a neighbor?
Oh, Frosty is a neighbor, totally. Especially right now. I think I could really use Frosty. And you know what I actually thought about when I asked that question? Have you guys ever seen not Frosty the Snowman? There's
Jack Frost, the Michael Keaton one.
No, not that.
Michael Keaton.
In fact, there's a Frosty Wonderland where he gets married to Crystal, which I absolutely love. So, but there's a snow parson. And I love the snow parson. Like I did, even as a kid, I still love the snow parson, because that's just what I would want. I think I would want Frosty as a neighbor, even though I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer song. But that's what I would want.
Yeah. Oh, but something I forgot about Rudolph is he'd also make excellent transportation. You wouldn't have to wait in traffic.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. That probably actually would come in handy right now.
I live in California, like I said. So, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she's got a point, Adam.
No, sticking with Frosty.
So, am I changing you to Rudolph then, despite how reindeer smell?
No.
Sticking
with Frosty. Yeah. Traffic isn't a problem for me where I live.
You suck. I'm jealous. Literally, where I live in California, it used to take me about half an hour to get to one of my workplaces, because I do respite care for special needs kids. Mm-hmm. And so it used to take me half an hour. Now it takes me 45 minutes. And it's just across the city.
How many miles?
I don't know off the top of my head. I can't remember.
Okay, that's fine. Just curious.
Because I normally go by time. So about 4 or 5 years ago, it used to take me half an hour. Now it takes me 45 just to get across the city.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever want to do that. Good for you. Not for me.
Reason why Rudolph, yes, I'd like Frosty as a neighbor, but reason why Rudolph's also tempting.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Christmas. Reading a Christmas book or singing Christmas carols?
Technically, mine is, like I kind of said earlier, I would want to listen to music while reading a book.
Nah, you can't do that.
This or that, Nicole.
This or that.
Reading a book, because I think naturally, I'd start singing at some point anyways.
Fair enough.
See, I can find that loophole.
I guess it is your show.
Yes, it is.
And that's because that your mind won't start playing a Christmas song in your head as you read a Christmas book.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm done hijacking your show. I just figured Christmas time you needed to answer these too.
Doesn't it feel good to be back podcasting a little bit, Adam? Like, is there any way like I can get you or Josh back? Like, and get you guys roped back in?
Yeah.
Maybe even bring on Cam for a lot of fun.
Not with my schedule right now. That's not. I wish, but not right now.
Well, we'll see what happens when C.S. Lewis's space trilogy begins for the Red 5 reading.
I would like to join in on that.
Here's me. I'm like, my fingers crossed, my hands are crossed. I'm praying.
I just want Cam back with Adam because them two together.
And Josh.
Get ready to laugh.
And Josh.
Yeah.
We have a very, again, a wonderful group of friends. And I know that people who are watching are like, wait, we don't even know who these people are. Well, Cam Ray of Semi Productions, check him out. Adam used to have a podcast called From a Certain Point of View. So you can watch his old episodes with Josh from a certain point of view. There's actually been some times, even Megan and I have been on those shows, and we had a wonderful time hanging out.
Absolutely.
I think one of my top 5 moments still probably is going to be my discovery about Doctor Strange really was in WandaVision and how upset I was. Yeah, the laughter he remembers. And I am still salty about it. Still mad about that. All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's get down to some more Christmas questions. Okay. Again, This is all going to be Christmas edition. Either going to be just fun questions or some of them will be a little bit more deep diving. All right. So let's begin with another this or that, but why? And what would you do? Would you rather live in a snow globe or in a gingerbread house? And why? And who are you bringing with? You can bring one person.
I'm going to go with gingerbread house. Snow globe sounds too claustrophobic. I'm going to go with gingerbread house. And I'll bring...
You better say Cam just for the comedy. Well, Cam or Josh.
He gets to have whoever he wants.
No, I'm going to bring... I don't know, who's really good at making gingerbread? I don't know.
What? So
Emerald or somebody, so that they can keep on supplying me with gingerbread. When I do start to eat the house, then they can just rebuild it.
Start to eat the house.
Wow. Because eventually I'll just eat the house down, right? So you got to rebuild it as you go.
Whereas me, I'd go with the snow globe set that way. People can't touch me. People can't come to me unless I want them to.
And how do you let them into a snow globe if you want them to?
Same way I got in. However that was
magic.
Well, I think once you're sealed, you're pretty much done.
No, I still like the snow globe. My own little safety bubble.
That sounds good. Yeah.
That way, and even if it's fake snow, there's still a form of snow.
Well, you could always move to our end of the country.
Yeah, you'll always be in a snow globe.
Don't tempt me.
All right, you guys. What is one of your favorite childhood Christmas or holiday memory?
I'd probably have to go with there was this Christmas, I want to say it was about like 5, and my family was living in Hawaii at that time because my dad was in the military and that's where he was stationed, and my parents actually got me an air hockey table. They put it in the kitchen, so that was the last thing I'd see, and that just sticks out in my memory. I don't remember much more about that particular Christmas other than that. Because obviously back then I thought that Santa brought it, so I remember just looking up and going, "Thank you, Santa!" And then my parents just being so happy.
That's sweet.
Well, mine isn't really one memory. It's kind of like a collection of memories.
Okay.
But get me. I'm gonna get emotional thinking about this, but
Hmm.
just as a kid, we would always go the day after Christmas, the 26th, and go down and spend a day or two at my or maybe a little longer, depending on my dad's work schedule, at my grandma's house, and just the memories of being at their house at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get older, you value those memories more,
Mm-hmm.
because at one point they just stop. I don't even know what year we stopped going.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Probably after my grandma passed, but I mean maybe even before that. Uh, and it wasn't anything that happened. Just times change, and you never know when something is the last time you'll do it. And
Mm-hmm.
later you miss those days. So that would be mine. Going to my grandma's house at Christmas time.
Mm. That's special. Okay, so this next one is a two-part question. Okay. Do you have any special Christmas traditions that you have kept since you were a child? And part B of the question is, what is any new Christmas tradition that you have begun as an adult?
Don't really have any Christmas traditions, at least that I remember.
A new one that we started a few years ago is we'll find online like a scavenger hunt of Christmas lights, decorations, and stuff, and we'll take a night and drive around town, uh, see if we can find all those different Christmas decorations on the
Mm-hmm.
scavenger hunt list. Uh, an old one that I've carried through. I guess the only one that I can think of is we do have a little personal Advent wreath here.
Mm.
My parents got us one after we got married, and so we will light those, and we've done a bad job of it this year. We did it tonight, but we've done a bad job at keeping up with that every Sunday. And part of it was not it was all our fault, but part of it is not that we let it go. It's that last year we threw out the candles because they were getting pretty low, and we forgot to
Mm-hmm.
order new ones, and so we had to buy new ones, and so we didn't have candles. But yeah, whatever. So we will light and then just kind of read a little devotion or something together, and that we did that as a family when I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and so that is something that we still do now. So I guess that would be one that has carried through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I guess there is one tradition my family does every year, no matter how old my sister and I get. Come together as a family and have Christmas morning together. Christmas morning is our small, like, nuclear family, and then celebrating Christmas Day with a larger extended family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know this year our traditions have changed. This is the first time we will not be. Well, technically, I will still be celebrating Christmas Eve, but usually we always celebrate my mom's family side on Christmas Eve. This is the first time in probably over before I was born that our family is not getting together on Christmas Eve. But we are kind of getting together because we are going to see Wicked again. This will be the first time my grandfather has been even to a movie theater in over maybe 40, 50 years. In fact, my mom has said it's the first time she has ever gone to a movie with him, and is yet to happen. So when this airs, he will have already gone to see his first movie in over 50 years, people. So so he said he wanted to go see it. I was like, well, I'll go see it again.
What was the last movie that he saw?
He doesn't remember.
Oh man, that would be interesting to know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, we're talking like even before my mom was born. So we're talking even maybe over 60 years. Like it's up there. Because like growing up, my mom would take us, my grandma. I know I've gone to the movies with my grandma, but not with my grandma in a long time. But like I remember going as a kid with my grandma, and things like that.
And I'm guessing your grandpa hasn't even been to the theater to see Wicked on stage?
No, but he has gone. We have a local playhouse, the Egyptian Theater, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's one of only several in the United States. It's really cool. My grandma actually worked there before they got married, and so he's gone there to see the plays, just like I have. Like we all have gone there and things like that. So
Yeah,
he's been doing theater productions, but not like movie. So.
Well, I was asking because I was curious if he's seen Wicked on stage before, if he knows at least the story of it.
So he does and he doesn't, because he loved one. Wizard of Oz was something they watched growing up once it came out onto television, because then they actually had to share TVs. Fun fact, folks, once upon a time, people had to share TVs. They went to their neighbor's house to watch TV together. And that was one of the books that they read. Books, okay? Al Frankenbaum actually had a series. So he knows about Wizard of Oz. He knows about Al Frankenbaum. When the cats were named, Elphaba and Glinda, he knows, like originally Glinda's name was going to be possibly Nessa Rose. And for sure, she was going to be Nessie. For those who don't know, that's the sister of Elphaba in Wicked. And I said, but that's not her personality. I said, and because I know what happens. You know what happens, Megan. So I'm like, that's not her personality. Glinda remains bubbly, but when she's naughty, she's naughty. But when she's not, she's not. But when she's sweet, she's all Billy Burke, Glinda, and happy from Wizard of Oz. But then when she's naughty, she's Glinda. She
lets you know.
From Wicked. So, and she's got a heart on her. I'm like, that's just not a Nessa Rose thing. That is totally Glinda. And I got that. But that was the other reason why the cats are named their names, is because it is a nod to my grandparents and their generation. And it is a nod to our, the fact that I love Wizard of Oz and they love Wizard of Oz. And that is definitely like a non-Christmas tradition that our family's just really, we're just Ozians. We just really love it and things like that. So, did you have a favorite Christmas book or story as a child? And then what about now? Do you have a favorite Christmas book that you enjoy reading every year? And you could be with your family. It could be by yourself. It could be ebook. It doesn't matter.
Christmas Carol is probably my favorite Christmas book.
Charles Dickens.
Yeah. I usually try to read it. But the last few years, I try to read it every year. I definitely didn't read it as a kid or anything like that. As a kid, favorite was Christmas, just books or stories, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So as a kid, I can't think of a particular story as a kid that wasn't
like The Night
a movie.
Before Christmas,
you know what I mean?
The Grinch.
Yeah, it's like, so for me, The Grinch was something I watched on TV. It wasn't a book that you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So most of the stuff that I can remember as a kid were movies or TV specials. So I can't think of one as a kid, but for now, it's definitely Christmas Carol.
Mm. Do you read any book with your daughter?
We do read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas on Christmas Eve with her now. That's something we started after we got married, after we had Grace. But yeah.
Whereas me, I probably have to go both when I was a kid and I like reading now just because they are classics, is like I was saying, The Night Before Christmas and The Grinch. Because like The Night Before Christmas, I have no idea why, but as I was baking cookies earlier today, it's like the beginning of that just popped into my head randomly. And then just as we were talking now, The Grinch popped into my head. And it's like, I can relate to The Grinch this time of year. All the noise. Let me breathe. Let me calm down. Let me be in my space for a bit, or I will lose it.
I would like to make a special note, though, with The Grinch. It's not that he disliked Christmas.
It's just like the noise and being overwhelmed by everything.
Yes. Yeah. The Grinch was very what is it? Misunderstood.
Yeah.
Very
Because
misunderstood.
I love Christmas as much as the next person, but also all the noise, happy. Let me breathe. Let me calm
Yes.
down. Let me have my space. Because I like people,
Yes.
but in moderation. Just like with everything else in life.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have any special like Christmas decorations or ornaments that it doesn't matter if it's from when you were a child or as an adult, that you absolutely love and cherish?
Now as an adult, I have my own mini Star Wars Christmas tree on my desk.
Woohoo!
That I started about 2-3 years ago because I just wanted something in my room.
Mm-hmm.
We have an ornament of the first dog that I had with my wife. She passed a few years ago, and it's nice to get that one out and see that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sweet.
it's nice to see Abby every year. Yeah.
What kind of dog?
Toy poodle.
Oh.
Okay, I got a story. I have a story because I have to. So growing up, we were given a poodle. Her name was Punky. And for those who don't know, in 1980s, there was a show called Punky Brewster. The dog's name was Punky. Anyways, and but her eyes, she was basically blind. Okay. And she accidentally got out one time. Couldn't find her. Found out the neighbor up the street found her, fixed her eyes.
How?
Because she had just had surgeries and stuff, but we couldn't afford that. So in the long run, my parents said, you know what, we're just gonna we're gonna adopt the dog. We're just gonna let this person have the dog. We had other dogs. We had our dog Bootser and stuff, and we had other dogs. So it wasn't just like she was our only dog, but she was my dog. And I loved her so much. But at the same time, trust me, I've got even another naughty story. Oh yeah, y'all ready for this? I was naughty. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. So my one summer I was with my brother and my sister, who's like my sister. She's like a big sister to me now. And they had played a prank on me. I don't think I've actually ever told anybody this story. They pulled a prank. So this is going to be from my perspective, friends. Okay. So I came into the house and I couldn't find my dog. Like, where's my dog? Where's Punky? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? This is obviously before she accidentally got out and got lost. And it wasn't like she got far from house either. She was only up the street, like not even a block. Anyways, so it was summer. Where is she? They pretended they had cooked my dog. They had opened a package of meat and put it in the pan. I got mad. I was out of the front. Now, we had a small house, okay, people. The screen door was there. I threw a rock through our screen door. I was so mad.
I can't say if I'd go that far, but I'd definitely be pretty mad.
Yeah, Mom, Dad, sorry about that. All these years later, still sorry about that. Merry Christmas. But they touched my dog. I was so mad. Like, I think at that point, the reason was because I didn't know where the dog was. And I was like, give me my dog back. Give me my dog back. And then just like grabbed up a rock in anger and just went and just hauled it right through.
And that's when you blame it on your sister because she's the one that played the prank.
Well, I mean, she's technically my sister. She's like a sister. Yeah. I love her like a sister. I mean, I was just at her house the other day. I will be celebrating Christmas with her even after this video airs.
Yeah.
But she said that you could see the dog. And I said I couldn't see the dog. But trust me, I got in trouble. I still remember that memory, like of being in trouble. But man, I was like not having it. Like
now, Nicole, I gotta clear something up with you here. You said the Grinch didn't hate Christmas.
I've heard this is actually from a meme. I have to admit it. I got this concept from
because yeah, and I could have swore it was a quote either from the show or the book, and it's in the book, and it says the Grinch hated Christmas, the
Oh
whole
yeah, the
Christmas
whole
season.
Christmas season. Ah,
Now,
yeah.
please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. And then it goes into it could be his head wasn't screwed on just right, or it could be perhaps his shoes were too tight, or
There was
So
actually
yeah,
an 4-year-old YouTube video from a content creator I was watching earlier today that gives a possible explanation for why that was, but
well, I'm gonna stick with maybe it was his heart was 2 sizes too small.
But it grew that day 3 times.
It did grow. Yep.
3 times the size.
Yep. Then he had an enlarged heart,
and a bunch
which
of
is
other
also a
problems to deal
problem.
with.
Which is also a problem.
I'm so
He'll
glad this
trade
is
one problem for
fiction.
another.
Because if it wasn't fiction, he would have a health problem.
Yeah, I know. It was only 2 sizes too small, but then it grew 3 sizes. That means he's got
So
another
then he
issue
should
right
be
now.
lucky his heart didn't explode then.
All right. So let me ask you guys a few more questions and then we're going to start wrapping it up. Okay.
Yeah.
If you could spend, hi, Alfie. Are you going to come up here, sweetheart, and say Merry Christmas to everybody?
If we could spend Elfie. Okay.
Want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays? Hi, this is Elphaba. Here she
Hi,
is.
Elfie.
Now everyone's
she's
able to see both
Nope,
of
she's
them.
like, I'm out of here.
She's out. I know we started off with a gingerbread house and snow globes and stuff, but now let's go into a fictional world.
Maybe see a cattail.
If you could spend Christmas in any fictional world, where would you go and why? I love how you both did it at the same time.
There's so many fictional Christmas worlds that I don't know. And the first one that comes to my mind is what's it called again? It's great. Forgot the name of it. With Scrooge. My brain's off after a long day.
London?
Christmas carols? London?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we're both like Christmas Carol. We know Christmas Carol like by heart.
London's not a bad choice. I was thinking of fictional like places that don't really exist, but London's not a bad choice. How about I'll do this? An idealized Victorian London, right? So what you think of,
Interesting.
because it probably doesn't exist back then. It was probably misery. It probably wasn't very fun to live back then. So, but what you think right now of how great it might be to live in that Victorian area, Christmassy London,
Nice.
knowing that if we went back there, we'd probably be poverty stricken
and we'd be dead.
Trying to
because there's actually a
fighting
YouTube
off
video
disease
that I
and all
watched. There's actually a YouTube video I've watched before that says how you would die in Victorian London.
Yeah,
and it gives them many different ways. And it's like,
yeah. So let's go with the idealized, in your head, the imagined Victorian era Christmas time in London. How about that? Is that fair?
Thank you.
Nice.
All
right. Interesting. Well, I'm going to ask one more question, but then I'm going to add some bonus questions today.
Okay.
To wrap up, but you'll see why. So this is just a fun part. If you could gift, okay, the word is gift, you're giving, okay? If you could gift a Christmas vacation to any character from a book or movie, who would it be? That's right. You don't get to go on it. You have to give it though.
Give me that one more time.
If you could gift a Christmas vacation to any character from a book or movie, who would it be and why?
A Christmas vacation.
Probably do the Cratchits from A Christmas Carol because they definitely deserve it.
Aw, that's a good one.
So am I figuring out where to send them?
If you want to, but if you don't want to, I mean, at this point, it's just
okay. All right, gotcha. Okay.
It's a season of giving, the importance here.
Well, in that case, I'd probably send the Cratchits to Hawaii. Have fun, different environment.
That's a good question. I don't even know. I'm just running through all kinds of characters in my head right now. I'm gonna send Santa to the Bahamas. He needs a break.
I
He
mean,
needs a
technically in
vacation on the
Australia,
beach.
I have seen Santa in shorts. I have seen pictures of that.
Yep. He needs a vacation.
There you have
I
it.
just hope Santa doesn't turn as red as his suit. I hope he remembers sunblock.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he might need some sunblock. Send him with sunblock, Adam.
Yep.
Seriously.
Either sunblock or a whole lot of aloe.
All right. So as we begin to wrap down, I'm just really interested in and just digging a little bit further into our hearts, into the seasons of the season of giving and gratitude and things like that. At this time of year, what are some important things that you try to look for in the season? What are some things that you guys try to hone into every year?
This will sound cliche, but just different ways I can give back however my schedule allows. Whether it be like baking food for someone or helping them randomly at the store, or if I'm going in and out of a grocery store, if I can take their cart back for them, or if I can grab an extra one for them as we're both going in together.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be clear, so the question was giving back, right? Or is it honing in on?
It's both. It's whatever you feel
Okay.
this time of season is.
All right. So I definitely in the last few years, I've really enjoyed honing in on the spirituality of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because of what I do, but because it informs how I celebrate the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, without any of that stuff, this is just another,
Another time of year.
Kind of, yeah, but also it's just kind of crowded with commercials and meaningless traditions if there's nothing behind them, right? So for me, putting that as the more primary focus for me in the last few years has brought everything else into focus. So that why I put up a tree, that matters. You know what I mean? Why we do all these things, that's when for me it takes on meaning. So
Wonderful. Yeah, I feel like this time of year, it's not just about it is spirituality. That should be, I feel like, the core focus. If that's for me. And at the same time, it's just a wonderful time of year to remember, to reflect, to give back, or it's a season of giving and showing additional kindness. Although I think it's important that we just start showing additional kindness anyways. Like, it's important to remember your neighbors and to remember to be kind and good and have grace and things year round, not just at Christmas time.
Yeah.
What are things that you guys might be doing right now, though, that's also for your mental health, to keep yourself grounded? Because again, this time of year can get really hectic. Y'all got to see me beforehand, for those who again, you're watching this later, but it got a little hectic before we got on. Thank you, Adam, because he helped me, because we were having some technical issues, and the season it can be, whether it is, forgive me, family stuff. Maybe a family member is sick, which we all have had, or what do you guys do
Or
currently?
like if there's family drama, like what to help you unwind, what do you do for that?
Right, exactly. What do you guys do? What would you guys recommend?
Yeah, so I kind of have to go back to maybe the same thing that I gave you before. Uh, where for me, I really try every day or as often as I can to spend some time. For me, it's reading my Bible. Okay.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
if I'm recommending this to someone else, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, I guess. I would encourage to try. So,
Mhm.
but knowing that that's not everybody's path, I understand that. But for me, that's what gives me time to kind of ground myself either in the morning or last thing before bed. Um, it's usually quiet time for me, so I make sure that I'm not, have TV on in the background. And I guess for a larger recommendation, that's probably it. Make sure you just have some quiet time.
Mhm.
We have a lot of stuff these days, more than ever before, with phones and smartwatches and smart houses and smart cars and all this stuff
Mhm.
that is constantly uh, popping up in front of us. And we don't get quiet time, like actual, real quiet time anymore.
Mhm.
And so that would be my recommendation.
Yeah, those are great recommendations, though. Megan, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, like what I've done at times when life has gotten really hectic is, say I'm driving to or from a location, everything in my car will go off, like everything electronic, and I'll just listen around me as I'm driving. So that
Mhm.
way I can just focus on myself. Even if it's only like a 15-minute commute to where I'm getting, give myself just that time to calm down, breathe, sort through my
Mhm.
thoughts before I have to move on to my next thing. Or
Mhm.
even earlier today, I was getting my car washed. That was only like 5, 6 minutes, but I still
Mhm.
did the same thing. As I was driving
Mhm.
it through, as my car was getting washed, everything went off. I just
Mhm.
sat, relaxed, and breathed for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's important. I know I'd like to personally add journaling. I feel like journaling is so good. Again, and finding that quiet time to do that, or even taking 5 minutes here or there just to do that. And I second what you guys have both said, because those are very important. And the importance, of course, taking care of your mental health. If you are a person who's watching and listening and needing that, don't be afraid of reaching out to somebody. It's okay. You can always reach out to a therapist, a counselor. If you don't know where to start, reach out to somebody, because there's always somebody to help. I, of course, love reading because I feel like that's part of my escaping. I love to read because I like to escape into books, because some days I just can't. And when I really can't read, then I just put on a movie, because then I'm really just like, okay, I really just need to zone out. So, but yeah, so I really appreciate your guys' time here today. I appreciate you guys. You guys are just wonderful friends of mine.
Oh,
And I appreciate it. I'm so excited for what's coming up in 2025. You guys are invited. Everybody who's watching this is invited. We have so much fun stuff planned, even if you can't make it for all of them. Again, we're going to be reading Eruption. We're going to be reading C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy. There is a Star Wars book that's going to be happening. There is so many really good book reads that we're going to be reading in 2025. On the Fives is going to be happen next year. I'm so excited as we kind of go in towards well, we're already started on our second year, basically. We're heading in that way. So I'm so excited. So where can everybody find you guys on social media? Megan, would you like to start first?
Sure. You can find me on Twix at Nerdy Girl Variant, or on at FAAPOV, which stands for From an Autistic Point of View, which is for my blog that I keep meaning to get back to, but especially this time of year, things just get busy and crazy. And
Mm-hmm. Which we were just talking
but
about. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but come next year, I do plan to put more resources into it and to try starting it up again.
That's awesome. That is great.
Yeah, so for me it's X, the Gauze 85. Be the best place to find me. If you want to see what I do for a living at church, that's Savannah